So my name is Graeme Simpson. I'm the director of Interpeace in the United States. Interpeace is a global peacebuilding organization headquartered in New York. And I've just completed the task as the lead author of the Youth, Peace and Security Progress Study as an appointee of the Secretary General of the United Nations under UN Security Council 2250. I think that the greatest guarantee of the youth, peace and security agenda reaching beyond UN headquarters are young people themselves. If we look at what young people are doing to build peace, they're working at the local level, at family level, they're working at national level with their governments, local level with municipalities, and they have global networks that are operating. So the most important objective must be to use the Youth, Peace and Security Progress Study as a rallying point for young people so that they can take this forward, so that the Security Council resolution on youth, peace and security can be meaningful and implemented at the country level. And that demands that sometimes reluctant governments are cajoled into seeing this as a very important agenda, not because they have to, but because they have an incentive for drawing on and harnessing the resourcefulness and resilience of young people in building durable peace. There's a peace dividend to be acquired by governments and member states of the UN, and that's how we make sure this moves beyond just a debate at the Security Council level. One of the things that's happened with the progress study on youth, peace and security is it's been a very consultative process. It's deliberate. We knew we couldn't address the problem of marginalization and exclusion of young people in a study which then excluded young people. So the luxury we've had in the undertaking of the study has been in discovering our mandate was to look at the positive contribution of young people to peace and to prevention of violent conflict. And what we've discovered in this is a whole sphere of young people's youth-led peace building that is a rich and dynamic field that demonstrates the resources and the resilience that young people offer. So the key recommendation of the study is that instead of treating youth as a problem to be solved or as a potential threat, the vast majority of young people are not involved in violence. They are, many of them, involved in building peace. And what we've discovered in the course of the study is that there is a rich practice. Young people are working across different phases of conflict. They're working from the most local level to the global level. They're working across different types of violence, from gender-based violence to gang violence to violent extremism and terrorism. They're working across all of these spheres. They are innovating in the use of social media, arts, culture, etc. These are the resources that young people are applying in developing peace-building strategies that I think we need to invest in. So rather than seeing young people as a threat and a risk, investing in the resilient resourcefulness of youth-led peace-building, I think offers an enormous opportunity for a prevention-based way forward. So one of the most important things we can do is to start seeing, as I think the Secretary General of the United Nations has recently articulated, start seeing young people as one of the most important partners of the multilateral system and of governments and international agencies in building durable peace. So the first answer to this question about what kind of partnerships should we develop is to think about young people as critical partners in building peace, both in the present and the future. One of the most important things I think we should see the rich partnerships that young people themselves are forging. Firstly, they are defying the boundaries of silos and are working across the divide of human rights, development, and peace building. They see these as integrated. The second issue is that young people are forging partnerships with their governments where they can. Where they can't often access centralized states, they're working with local authorities and mayors. They are partnering civil society organizations in the labor movement, in women's movement, in human rights organizations. So they're defying the boundaries of a sector and saying youth offers us a unique platform for building partnerships as the core venture in traversing the traditional silos and pillars that exclude young people and that narrow the field of peace building. I think they offer us an extraordinary picture of what partnership could look like for peace building. So I think what FriEnt has done is it's engaged in very creative ways with the relationship between peace building and justice, peace building and development, peace building and gender issues. And so I think FriEnt has a unique place in forging the connections, interdisciplinary connections across the field. And I think this is something the forum should definitely continue to do.